gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we... Ladies and gentlemen, we ask at this time that you please turn your attention to the field where we will begin softball senior day. First, we would like to take the time to honor our visiting seniors from Alabama A&M. Paula Oscarpoma, Ariana Montiel, Kalia Rooks, Natalie Picado, and Akindra Montalvo. Congratulations on your career. Every year, Bethune-Cookman University is proud to have student athletes who represent the school well through their hard work, both on the field and in the classroom. This afternoon, we would like to call attention to a member of the softball team who is representing the Wildcats for the final time this season. Bethune-Cookman is privileged to have one senior who will finish her Wildcat career this season, Emma Bradley C. She has contributed to the history and tradition of the Wildcats during their time at BCU, and we would like to honor her hard work and dedication at this time.
Emma, I've been thinking about what I wanted to say to you, and honestly, it's hard to put into words how much you mean to me. From being teammates to becoming roommates, and now being like sisters. You've been such a huge part of my life these past few years. Living with you was one of the best experiences I could have asked for. You made everything easier, funnier, and just so much better than I've experienced before, which I'm so greatly appreciate. You've always been someone I can be honest and open and honest with, and that's something I'll always be grateful for. I'm so proud of the person you are, both on and off the field. Watching you play has always been something special. Whether it's you tracking down balls in center like it's nothing, or beating out throws, running to first, you've always stood out. But more than that, it's your heart, your energy, and the way you show up for the people around you that makes you very special. Thank you for always being there for me, for listening, for laughing with me, for arguing with me, and being someone I can count on no matter what. You've impacted my life in ways you probably don't even realize. I'm so excited to see what's next for you. You deserve nothing but the best in everything you do. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one big round of applause for our senior, Emma Bradley C. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunnyland Park for today's SWAC softball doubleheader featuring the visiting Alabama A&M Bulldogs and your Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Before we begin, let's meet today's starting lineups, first for the visiting Bulldogs. Batting first at left field, number 2, Grace Cruthis. Batting second at second base, number 28, Mariah Solorio. Batting third at designated player, number 24, Callie Osterman. Batting fourth at right field, number 15, Josefina Local. Batting fifth at shortstop, number 18, Paula Oskrapoma. Batting sixth at pitcher, number 10, Kaylee Tatum. Batting seventh at first base, number 44, Lily Calderon. Batting eighth at third base, number 12, Destiny King. Batting ninth at center field, number 7, Kaylee Gilbert. And the starting catcher, number 26, Kalia Rose. The head coach of Alabama A&M is Brian Daly, assisted by Rebecca Hewitt and Michael Riches. And now, the starting lineup for your Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Batting first at center field, number 13, Emma Bradley C. Batting second at shortstop, number 15, Janelle Morrissey. Batting third at right field, number 19, Alana Cypress. Batting fourth at designated player, number 8, Zariah Billinger. Batting fifth at first base, number 4, Queen Tuala. Batting sixth at second base, number 43, Jessica Alon. Batting seventh at third base, number 26, Ariana Reynolds. Batting eighth at catcher, number 5, Jasmine Munyebo. Batting ninth at left field, number 1, Mialani Mayo. And the starting pitcher, number 33, Sophia Coleman. The head coach of the Wildcats is Laura Watton. She is assisted by Jamie Hoover and Shaylin Braxton. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Live from Sunnyland Park in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. For the final time this season, it's time for Southwestern Athletic Conference Softball on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Zavillo. Happy to have your company. Also happy to have the company of Jade Barquette up here in the broadcast booth for, again, the final time this season as the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Alabama A&M Bulldogs complete the regular season with a doubleheader here on Saturday. afternoon. It's also senior day out here in Daytona Beach. The Wildcats had just one senior to honor, Emma Bradley C. It was a bit emotional before the game, but now all thoughts turn to the game at hand, Jade.
Yeah, you know, senior day always going to bring up those extra emotions that you have the last time playing at home, the last time playing with this team here at this field, and I'm sure Emma has so many fond memories. I know she has, but have the support of her family here. You turn the attention to the game ahead and to look to go for a sweep here against Alabama A&M after they crushed them in run rule fashion yesterday.
At 13-5, it probably should have been 13-2. Alabama A&M got a couple of runs late as Grace Cruthis will lead off for Alabama A&M against Sophia Coleman. Sophia Coleman making her 28th appearance of the season this afternoon. First pitch, a ball outside. 4-6, Coleman. 28 appearances, 11 starts, 2 complete games, 73 and a third innings pitched. That one's high, 2-0. A 5.44 ERA. She's allowed 68 runs on 113 hits, 57 earned, striking out 28 and walking 34. She's allowed 17 doubles, 7 triples, 13 home runs with an opponent batting average of .348. Pulling back a bunt, taking a strike is Cruthis. Yesterday, Cruthis 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Cruthis, the top hitter by average on this squad, and immediately rocks a single back up the middle as Emma Bradley C will fire back in. And just like the first inning yesterday, Cruthis is on to begin the game for the Bulldogs.
Now batting number 28.
It's the start of how they started their 2-run first inning yesterday. Just getting players on, doing what they can to drill the ball into the outfield.
Here's Mariah Solorio, one of the many changes to the lineup today for Alabama A&M in this game 1. Squares to bunt, pitch goes high, ball 1. Solorio batted once yesterday, did single to right field, picked up an RBI. On the season, Solorio batting .303. First strike 1-1 on the inside corner. Just 8 starts on the year for Solorio, 33 at-bats, 5 runs, 10 hits, a double, and 8 RBI, getting on base at 39.5%. Bunted foul, first base side, 1-2. And just like Mia Gonzalez did yesterday, it's important for Sophia Coleman today to attack the strike zone and get ahead in counts.
And it took me a solid 2 innings to really work into the game. Looking like that might be the case here for Soph.
He's just over-rotating on that inside fastball. Misses it upstairs again, 2-2. Coming into today, the Wildcats have 2 games to play. And they are 1 game behind Jackson State for second. Slow bouncer back to the mound. To second for 1. The turn to first. Double play. Excellent job by the infield defense. 2 outs in the inning.
And what a response by the Wildcats and the IQ by Coleman to just turn around, throw right to Morrissey, who was covering over there at second. Great job by the shortstop to come over. And then to fire over to Tuwala. The throw wasn't fantastic, but a great pick by Queen and a stretch over there to record out number 2.
Here's Callie Osterman. Home run leader in the SWAC, got 1 in the first yesterday. A 2-run shot to left field. That was the only 2 runs that Alabama A&M would get until the 5th. Osterman behind 0-1. The pitch from Coleman. That's a rocket to left field. Mialani Mayo on the move towards the line with a basket catch. And that retires the side. Some nifty defense from both infield and out prevents the Bulldogs from getting on the board. The Wildcats will come to the plate next here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV.
Leading off for the Wildcats, number 13, Emma Bradley C.
The senior Emma Bradley C leads off for Bethune-Cookman as we go to the bottom of the first. Some nice defense for the Wildcats at the top of the inning means that there's no score. And the Wildcats will have to look at the freshman from Rocky Face, Georgia, out of Dalton High School, Kaylee Tatum. Tatum making her 15th start of the season. 25 appearances, 4 complete games for the right-hander. Infield in, and a first pitch called strike to Bradley C. Emma yesterday, 1 for 2, a walk, a fielder's choice, and 2 runs scored. Emma watches one high, 1-1. ERA on the season for Tatum is .831. In 78 and a third innings pitched, he's allowed 99 runs on 132 hits, 93 earned, striking out 28 and walking 60. As Bradley C pops that bunt foul straight back, and it's 1-2. She's allowed 21 doubles, 4 triples, 9 homers with a batting average against of .370. Has thrown 10 wild pitches, hit 8 batters. Has the freshman Kaylee Tatum. Tatum did appear in the game yesterday, but as a pinch hitter, hit an RBI single to right field in the 5th. She also bats today for Alabama A&M in the 7th spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bradley C, who is tied atop the team leaderboards in terms of batting average, .371, tied with Milani Mayo. The count goes full there. Starting her 45th game of the season, the one of only 3 Wildcats this season to start all 45 games, the other being Janelle Morrissey and Alana Cypress. Down and in, ball 4. A nice patient at bat by Bradley C. And just like she did yesterday, leadoff walk for Emma, 1 on, nobody out.
That's exactly what, her job is in that leadoff spot. See as many pitches as she can and then eventually get on base. That's why she started every single game and played every single one that she can, because she's so pivotal in that leadoff spot for this Wildcat side.
Janelle Morrissey yesterday, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 3 runs scored and a walk. First pitch down low, ball 1. And when you see a line like 28 strikeouts, 60 walks, patience got to be the name of the game at the plate today. Tatum's last appearance was last weekend against Jackson State. There's a breaking ball strike. Go back to first. Bradley C is there. Complete game against Jackson State, allowed 6 runs on 10 hits, all earned, walked 5, struck out 1. Pitched 4 innings against Bethune-Cookman earlier in the season. Allowed 8 runs on 7 hits as Morrissey bunts it foul straight back. Walked 5, struck out 1 in those 4 innings against the Wildcats earlier this season. What's on the line today? Well, a ton is on the line today. If the Wildcats sweep, they are locked into a minimum of 3rd place in the SWAC East Division going into the playoffs. As Morrissey taps that one down the line, it's a fair ball, so about as good as a sack bunt will move Emma Bradley C to 2nd.
That's what they'll chalk that up to, for the most part. Move the runner over.
Now batting, number 19,
I'll check swing,
Alana
basically, for
Cypress.
Janelle Morrissey. Went down the line.
But here's the other rub. If Jackson State drops both of their doubleheaders to Florida A&M, the Wildcats will jump them into 2nd place and be the number 2 seed going into the tournament. They come into the day tied with Alabama State, but Alabama State has 1 less game to play. They played their doubleheader yesterday. So the Wildcats need 1 win out of 2 to secure at minimum of 3rd place and 2 games to have a shot at 2nd. So she can't catch Florida A&M at 18-4 on the season. Talia Rooks is the new catcher for Alabama A&M today, after Picado made 3 errors in the game yesterday. That one rolled to the plate. Emma Bradley C is going to go to third as Rooks can't dig it out from between her feet. So Emma is now 60 feet away.
That's exactly what this Wildcats team did yesterday, specifically Emma. When she got on, she moved over quickly, trying to get herself as close to home plate as she can so that they can score runs early in this game.
That one just upstairs above the letters ball. 4-2 walks in the first for Tatum. Wildcats have runners at the corners, and now here's the designated player, Zariah Billinger. Yesterday, Billinger 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 RBI, a walk, and a run scored. Not a bad day for the DP yesterday.
Not at all.
And already a meeting in the circle for Alabama A&M. The Bulldogs do have a big dose of pitchers they can go to, which we saw Josefina Lacal for most of the game yesterday. Dylan Rembali pitched the last 3 outs. But also, and now here's Taylor Kadem. We also haven't seen McKenna Fenari and Cara Berman. As the Bulldogs have 5 pitchers that have thrown over 38 innings this season. Here is Billinger, runners on the corners, 1 down. She squares to bunt. Throw goes high. Bradley C back to third. She's in there safely. And taking second base is Cypress, so now 2 in scoring position. This is what we would expect out of the Wildcats today. Lots of traffic on the base paths and being hyper-aggressive against the team that is prone to a ton of errors. Second most errors in Division I, third lowest fielding percentage in D1 for Alabama A&M. Billinger takes a strike outside corner.
And the more chaos the Wildcats can cause for the defense of Alabama A&M, they don't even have to swing the bat to truly create the damage if they want to add runs.
Billinger swings, and it's a high fly ball to shallow left. Kruthis makes the catch. Bradley C is going to tag up and score, and the Wildcats are on the board. RBI sac fly for Billinger, 1-0 Bethune-Cookman.
Simple softball truly just gets it done. Zariah Billinger there. That ball not hit super deep, but Emma, with the speed that she does have, being on third, an easy way for her to score. And they'll just continue to pass the bats back.
I mean, there was a moment yesterday where Emma Bradley C was on third. There was a pop-up that, like, barely left the infield, and I thought that Emma looked like she wanted to go home on it.
Oh, yeah.
But she's going to challenge these Alabama A&M defenders at every turn. Here's Queen Tawala now with 2 down. First pitch goes over the head of the catcher Rooks into the backstop. That'll be a free base for Cypress. She's now on third. So walk, steal, wild pitch to get Cypress 60 feet away. Now Tawala can double the Wildcat advantage with a base knock here in the first. Yesterday, Tawala didn't get a hit. There's a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Reached on an error and a walk and a hit by pitch, and then popped out on the infield. Reached space pretty much every way you can without getting a hit yesterday, Tawala. And smack foul third base side, 1-2. Bethune-Cookman 5th in the SWAC in stolen bases coming into the day. 106 steals on this season. That one outside, and it's 2-2. Up to 108 now with 2 steals in the first inning already. But this is a league that loves to steal bases. Jackson State leads with 170 steals. Down and in, full count on Tawala. Tawala on the season batting .324. And she'll watch it outside for ball 4. 3 walks in the inning for the Wildcats, and there's runners on the corners again And here is Jessica Alon. Queen Tawala takes her 17th
Now
walk
batting,
of the
number
season.
43,
She has
Jessica
just
Alon.
6 strikeouts.
Yeah, she's a hard kid to strike out. She's very patient when she is at the plate. And this game could, like yesterday, get ugly quickly. So Alabama A&M wants to make sure they're just trying to smooth out any wrinkles in their pitching staff.
Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. You can gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest, featuring all new items. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com and click on Shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's bcuathletics.com and click on Shop. Shout out to baseball, who took game 1 over Florida A&M in their massive series up in Tallahassee last night. 4-3 was nerve-wracking for us watching up here in the booth, but the boys got it done.
They always make it nerve-wracking. It's so annoying. But congratulations to them. They play again today at 2 p.m., so in the middle of our doubleheader.
Upstairs, ball 1 to Jessica Alon. Jersey, 2 for 4, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI yesterday. Runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the first, 1 already in for the Cats. There's a strike. Runner goes down to second. That's a close play. But sliding in there safely is Tawala. 3 steals in the first for Bethune-Cookman. 1-1 the count now on Alon. And Tatum deals, swung on in the air to left field. That is going to be a leaping catch by Cruthers to stop 2 runs from coming home for the Wildcats. Nice play by Grace Cruthers out in left field. A run, no hits, 2 left, and we go to the second inning. 1-0 Bethune-Cookman here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. To the second, 1-0 Bethune-Cookman over Alabama A&M as the Wildcats scratch across a run. No hits, 3 walks in the first. And the pitcher from yesterday, Josefina Lacal, playing right field today for Alabama A&M, takes a pitch low and in. Lacal is 6'3", one of the taller softball players you'll find in this league. I want to call a strike outside corner, 1-1. Lacal did not bat yesterday. As a hitter on this season, Lacal batting .323, just outside 2-1. 96 at-bats, 24 runs, 31 hits, 6 doubles, 4 triples, 3 homers, and 27 RBI for Lacal. Punch toward third, backhanded by Reynolds across the diamond, and an out by half a step, 1 down.
Simple defense there by the Wildcats, but I would really like to see threes in the circle. Just go right at these batters for Alabama A&M. She's so good at inducing weak contact for her defense to make plays on her. Her defense plays so clean. You see it right there with Reynolds.
And even more so than baseball, as the first pitch, a fly ball down the first base line into foul territory, tracking towards the wall, and not going to be caught by Cypress. In softball, even more so than baseball, third base is a tough position to play because the distances between the bases are so short. You gotta be quick and have a strong arm to get the ball over there. There's really no routine play over at third. The batter is Paula Oskopoma, excuse me. The shortstop. Oskopoma batting .322 on the year. Fly ball right center. Bradley C. Long run. That's going to bounce over her glove and roll to the wall. Backed up by Cypress, but Oskopoma has a double, her 6th of the year. 1 on and 1 out for the Bulldogs.
Now batting number 10, Kaylee Tatum.
Tough play out there for Bradley C.
She's had a few diving catches this season, but just mistimed that one a little bit. And Oscar Proma, what a hit. She just drilled that one into the gap. Perfect placement to put herself in scoring position, try to get some momentum going for the Bulldogs.
Here's the pitcher, Haley Tatum, trying to help her own cause. Batting .231 on the year, Tatum. 52 ABs, 7 runs, 12 hits. 2 doubles, 7 batted in. Getting on base at 31.7% on the outside corner for a strike. Oskopoma on second after her 1-out double. A slow grounder to second. That'll be a routine play for Jessica Alon. 2 away in the inning as Oskopoma advances to third.
You don't feel as much pressure with the runner at third. Now that you have 2 outs, an immediate response for the Wildcat defense was perfect going into this next batter.
Here's Lily Calderon. Pinch hit once yesterday, struck out to end the game. And strand the bases loaded in the 5th. When 1 more run would have meant we could have played on yesterday.
Close. We were close.
Calderon batting .303 on the year. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup by Coleman. 66 ABs for Calderon. 6 runs, 20 hits. 1 double and 13 batted in, getting on base at 42.5%. 6 strikeouts, 14 walks. And that one off the end of the bat into the netting. 0-2 now on Calderon. Lily Calderon, the freshman from Freeport, Texas. Just like the Wildcats, a ton of youth on this Alabama A&M squad. Up and out, no swing, ball called 1-2. And trying to wrangle all that youth together is first-year head coach Brian Daly. Popped up. Third base side into foul territory. That is going to stay in play and be put away by Reynolds for out number 3. This was the inning of Ariana Reynolds. Defensively, she makes 2 nice plays, and the Wildcats get out of it. Nothing on a hit and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Wildcats here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV.
Leading off for the Wildcats,
Bottom
number
2 here in
26,
Daytona
Ariana
Beach. Well, the sky may look bright and clear behind the outfield, but the clouds starting to roll in from the west as we have a very high chance of rain here this afternoon. So the Wildcats would love to race away and do it quickly.
Just need to continue to grow each inning.
First pitch, ball inside. This is Ariana Reynolds, who made 2 nice defensive plays in the top half of the frame. She'll lead it off. Reynolds yesterday, 1 for 3, a single, a run scored, and an RBI on a sacrifice fly. Down in the dirt, 2-0. Wildcats took 3 walks in the first inning as Haley Tatum threw 26 pitches in the first. Probably a good idea for all the Wildcat hitters today is just take 2 and get 1 strike. Make her throw to you. The 2-1. Little lazy check swing by Reynolds, dribbles it foul, 2-2. Reynolds on the year batting just .206, only 25 starts, 7 runs, 14 hits, and 68 at-bats, 13 RBI. That one in the air, left field, down the line. Cruthis makes the catch, 1 away.
Good contact there by Reynolds. Just didn't get her hands all the way through it.
Now
A
batting
little bit
number
towards
5, Jasmine Manbo.
that left foul line. An easy play for the left fielder in Cruthis.
Jasmine Manbo now, the .236 hitter. 8 runs on 21 hits and 89 ABs. First pitch, low ball 1. 5 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 14 batted in. On-base percentage of 33.3%. It does have a pretty high strikeout number, 18 strikeouts, 12 walks for Manbo on the year. As she takes a strike. Manbo has been excellent behind the plate this season. He's caught 11 base stealers as she watches that drop ball into the dirt. And has picked off 13 runners on base. Two-one. In the air, left field, well hit, going back. Cruthis to the track, to the wall! Adios, amigos! Home run number 2 on the career for Jasmine Manbo, and it is 2-0 Bethune-Cookman.
And what a blast by Manbo. Her second in this month of April as well. It's what a hitting month it's been for her. She's just come up so clutch for the Wildcats, and the confidence you see from her is just exuding every single game. And what a way to just make a statement here, continue to add in this inning.
Well, unlike her first one against Jackson State that just kind of crept over the wall, that one was a no-doubter.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of Osterman's home run yesterday. It went into the batting cages down the left field line.
That one was a blast.
Here's Milani Mayo, first pitch outside to the left-handed slap hitter. Mayo yesterday, 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a run scored. Watches another one down and in. Milani Mayo tied at the top of the Wildcat charts in terms of batting average, 371 on the year, but only has half the amount of at-bats as Emma Bradley C. 70 at-bats as opposed to Bradley C's 140. There's a strike outside corner, 2 and 1. Mayo, 18 runs, 26 hits. 1 triple, 7 RBI, getting on base at 44.3%. That's the best on the squad, as she's ahead in the count 3-1. Milani Mayo is one of those players that I'm just excited to watch over the next couple of years develop, both defensively and at the plate. She's one of those players that fits so well into Coach Watten's system as she takes a strike, full count. Speedy, loves to slap hit, plays great defense, loves to steal.
Patient at the plate, not going to pick something that she's not going to hit, but knows the emphasis of a walk and what that can do as well.
Full count delivery. Line drive, right field, base hit. Excellent AB by Milani Mayo. She's aboard with no one out.
Knew she had to protect there. That ball in the zone, drilled it into right field, just pulled it. Beautiful swing by
13,
Mayo.
Emma Bradley C.
And we're back to the top of the order. Here's Emma Bradley C. Walked, stole a base, and scored her first time up.
And this is why this Wildcats side can be so dangerous. You talk about end of season going into tournament, is because their last hitter in the lineup has the most on-base percentage of this team, and then you get to the top of your lineup and your leadoff and your senior hitter, who also is on base almost as much as her. Mayo actually took over the spot for Emma earlier honestly just a few weeks ago.
And really the entire Wildcat order these past 3 weeks has kind of rounded into a team where, as Emma Bradley C drops that one foul, third base side, she's now behind the count 0-2. But it's kind of developed into a team where if you're an opposing pitcher, you don't really want to see any part of the lineup, right? Because you've got the top with Bradley C, Morrissey, and Cypress. Get on, get over, get in, speedy type. Then you got the bottom with the power. Reynolds and Manbo have all the home runs for the Wildcats this season. And then Milani Mayo just to start it over again. Then you've got the middle of the order with Tawala, Alon, and Billinger, who've been very consistent as well. 1-on-1 out, 0-2 to Bradley C. She's got to protect. And she watches one outside. You really see the identity of this team if you dive deeper into some of the metrics with slugging percentage, right? Emma Bradley C just .414 on her slugging this year. The Wildcats don't hit a lot of extra base hits. As that one bounced to the plate, Mayo going to second. The throw is not in time as Mayo gets in there under the tag. We saw a couple of those yesterday where Alabama A&M wasn't too happy with the calls on some of those steals.
And Coach Daly was out of the dugout again, looking like he was going to contest that call. It happened a few times yesterday, you're right.
Now runner in scoring position for Bradley C. The 2-2 into left field. Diving catch by Gilbert. She'll throw back to second and double off Manbo to end the inning.
And you know what? That's just a fantastic play by the center fielder. In Gilbert, comes over, diving play across her body, and then throws out Mayo. Nothing she could really do about that. Mayo wanting to advance as soon as that ball was hit, but doubles her up. Didn't need to move over there at second.
99 times out of 100, that ball gets down and Mayo scores on that play. So a fantastic effort to save a run in center field. The Wildcats get one on the solo shot by Manbo, and we'll go to the third 2-0 Cats here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Destiny King leads off the third for Alabama A&M. Wildcats tack on another one in the second. They lead 2-0. 8-9-1 in the frame coming up for the Bulldogs. First pitch strike from Sophia Coleman to King. King yesterday, 1 for 2, a single and a line out to center field. On the season, King batting .254 in the air, right field, pretty much straight at Alana Cypress, who makes the grab for out number 1.
Now batting number 7, Kaylee Gilbert.
So far, Sophia Coleman doing her job. No strikeouts yet, but a lot of weak contact. Just 2 hits for the Bulldogs so far. Here is Kaylee Gilbert, who made that tremendous diving catch in center field. Right back to Coleman, off the circle to her left to make a nice snagging play and the throw out. Just 3 pitches, 2 down already for the Wildcats in this inning.
Now batting
And that's
number 2,
why
Grace Kruthis.
this has been such an effective outing so far for Sophia, is because she hasn't thrown that many pitches, but she's still getting the outs that she needs to and keeping the Bulldogs off the board.
Kaylee Gilbert now. Or sorry, Grace Kruthis now. We'll start the second time through the order. Down and away, ball 1. Kruthis has 1 of the 2 hits so far for the Bulldogs. Singled up the middle to begin the game in the first, and got caught in the middle of a 1-6-3 double play. That one just up and in. 2-0 on Kruthis. Kruthis only taken 12 walks this season. Still has more walks than strikeouts. There are only 7 strikeouts. That one up and in, exact same spot, 3-0. Coleman's got to feel a little bit hard done in this AP. Some of these have not missed by much. That time she throws it down Broadway.
No, not going to miss there.
And it's 3-1. Got to be careful doing that again, though, because on 3-1, Kruthis is probably going to have the green light. And she'll take ball 4. So the Bulldogs continue to have at least 1 base runner in every inning.
Now batting number 28, Mariah Solorio.
And Mariah Solorio, who bounced into said 1-6-3 double play back in the first, will bat with 2 outs and a runner aboard. First pitch to Solorio, ball 1. Solorio, the freshman from Winchester, California. Runner going to second. The Wildcats are on it, and she's out. And, oh boy, here we go again. Heads up play for Sophia Coleman to turn and throw to second. Both base coaches, Ryan Daly and Michael Riches, not happy for Alabama A&M, but no recourse for the Bulldogs to challenge, and that's the end of the inning. Nothing on a walk and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Wildcats here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV.
Leading off for the Wildcats, number 15, Janelle Morrissey.
We go to the third here in Daytona Beach at Sunnyland Park. Janelle Morrissey leads off. Grounded out to first base her first time up. Wildcats up 2-0 after scratching across a run in the first on no hits, and then the solo homer by Jasmine Manbo in the second. Slider away, ball one from Kaylee Tatum. Action underway across the SWAC in softball. Most schools playing doubleheaders today. There's a strike inside corner, 1-1. Alabama State and Mississippi Valley State playing their final game of the regular season. Alabama State needs a win to keep their hopes of third place alive. They're up 5-3 in the bottom of the third against Valley, who's looking for their first conference win of the season. Down low. Top four in Houston, Texas. Texas Southern up 2-0 over Grambling State. Grambling State needing to sweep the doubleheader to keep their playoff hopes alive, as they're a game behind Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Pine Bluff is done as they played all three of their games this weekend already. Not sure what the delay is here. Alabama State looks confused. Pitch clock violation, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, pitch clock violation. That'll be a ball 3-1. The count on Morrissey. Tatum deals. That's inside, ball 4. Didn't miss by much, but the fourth walk taken by the Wildcats already here in the third inning means there's one on and nobody out for Alana Cypress, who walked her first time up.
Number 19, Alana Cypress.
In really the most important game for us to be looking at, it's Jackson State 3, Florida A&M 0, top 3. Of course, we need Florida A&M to sweep that doubleheader if the Wildcats want a shot at second place in the SWAC East at the end of the day. First pitch upstairs to Cypress, 1-0. And the only game that has not started yet, Prairie View and Southern will start at 2 o'clock in about 10 minutes from now. Down low, runner goes, no throw from Rooks. Morrissey, an unopposed steal, moves into scoring position. Coming into today, Florida A&M atop the East at 18-4. Jackson State in second at 15-7. Alabama State and Bethune-Cookman both 14 wins, but of course Alabama State 14-9, Bethune-Cookman 14-8. The Wildcats have a game in hand. Bunted, third base side. Charging is king. The throw over is in time. That'll just move Morrissey up to third with one away. Now with a chance for her second RBI of the day, here's Soraya Billinger. Billinger had a sac fly RBI to left field to score Emma Bradley C in the first. First pitch up and out, ball 1. Both Alabama A&M and Mississippi Valley State mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Alabama A&M 6-17, Valley 0-23.
That'll do it. No offense, Valley.
Whereas all 6 of Alabama A&M's conference wins have come against Mississippi Valley. They have not beaten any of the top 4 teams in the East. There's a strike, throw back to third, and just getting back in there is Morrissey. I will say Kalia Rooks looks a lot more confident behind the plate.
Absolutely.
Than Picado did yesterday.
Just picking and choosing more of when she was going to throw. I feel like Picado yesterday was very trigger happy and would throw no matter what.
Billinger in the air left field. That's going to drop in. RBI single for Zariah Billinger as Janelle Morrissey comes home. 3-0 Bethune-Cookman.
Check 1, 2.
That may have been the softest hit off the bat we've seen this weekend.
Now batting number 4.
It'll do the job. Here's Queen Tawala, walked in the first. Little soft flare into left field for Zariah Billinger. She's on first with 1 out. First pitch down and into Tawala. The throw back to first, and Billinger is there. Out in the West, still all to play for today. as Prairie View A&M just has a 1-game lead on Southern going into the last day. And they play a doubleheader, so if Southern is able to sweep, they'll jump Prairie View for that #1 spot. In there at the knees for a strike on Tawala. Then Texas Southern still has some agency at 15-6. They could move up to second as they play Grambling State today. Arkansas Pine Bluff 6-14 already finished their conference schedule with a 2-1 series win over Alcorn State. They are a game up on Grambling State. Again, if Grambling sweeps Texas Southern, they could jump into that final playoff spot. A lot to play for around the conference here on this final day of competition. Line drive caught at first by Calderon. She steps on the bag and retires Billinger to win the inning. That's the second line drive double play the Wildcats have hit into today. 1 run, 1 hit, and nobody left. Wildcats have scored 1 in every inning as we go to the 4th, up 3-0 here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. To the 4th we go. Sophia Coleman has been excellent in the circle thus far. Just 2 hits, 3 base runners allowed. First pitch, a strike to Mariah Solorio, who was in the box when Grace Kruthis was caught stealing. So she will lead off inning number 3. She's 0 for 1, grounded into a double play, 1-6-3. Back in the first, and she puts one in the air, pop up, foul outside of third in the coach's box. Ariana Reynolds, who's had a fair bit to do today, makes another catch out #1.
Simple again, just
Now batting number 24.
popped right up
Callie
in the
Osterman.
infield. Not much movement for Ari Reynolds, but has to keep her eye on that ball. That's the 3rd putout I feel like she's had in his past 2 innings.
And pitch count down for Sophia Coleman, just 33 pitches so far as we start the 4th. Meanwhile, Tatum up at 61. And again, working those first pitch strikes, getting ahead in counts, putting the hitters off balance. Here's Callie Osterman lined out to left with a nice catch by Mialani Mayo back in the first. Had a 2-run home run yesterday, her 14th of the season. And that one hit her. So Alabama A&M continues to put 1 on in each inning. Single, double, walk, hit by pitch through 4. And we may have a change here as Coach Brian Daly is over near the plate talking to the home plate umpire. Daly not been happy with the officiating this weekend so far.
Now batting number 15, Josefina Lacal.
Now Josefina Lacal grounded out to third her first time up. Osterman on first, 1 out, top 4. Strike call outside corner to Lacal. Josefina from nearby Jacksonville pitched the majority of the game yesterday. The transfer from Chipola College up in the Panhandle. Swing and a miss, well ahead of that up and out changeup. 0-2 on the call. The call does lead the team in strikeouts for Alabama A&M. 22 strikeouts, 11 walks in 96 at-bats. Off the end of the bat into the parking lot to stay alive for LaCal. Alabama A&M billed as this really great offensive team coming in. That one slapped outside of third as a foul ball will keep LaCal in the AB. Top 50 in the country in runs per game, batting average, on base percentage, top 100 in slugging and OPS as well. But down at 302 in strength of schedule of 304 Division I softball teams. That one in the air, left center field. Long run in for Mayo. She will make the head-high catch. 2 away. Now here is Paula
Now batting number 18, Paula Oskropoma.
Oskropoma hit a double to right center fielder for his time up. Hardest hit ball that anyone's hit off of Coleman so far today. So Sophia out for a venture with 2 outs. That one in the air to center. Bradley C's going to have it drop in front of her for a base hit. So Oskropoma having a pretty good day. 2 for 2 now. And for the first time in the game, Alabama A&M has 2 runners on the bases.
And again, just swung at the first pitch that she saw there. I like that. Bradley C didn't try to dive for this one, let that ball drop to her, so extra bases weren't allowed.
Kaylee Tatum grounded out softly to first in the second. She'll try and help herself, the pitcher. That's a ground ball, and that's going to squeak through into right field. Playing shallow with Cypress, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Alabama A&M. Little seeing-eye dribbler through the right-hand side.
Now batting number 44, Lily Calderon.
And again, this is what Alabama A&M was doing yesterday, just putting runners on the bases, putting pressure back on the Wildcats, creating damage of their own. It affected the Wildcats a little bit, but it didn't rattle them too much in terms of giving up runs that were detrimental with the lead that they had intensified for themselves. But today, not the exact same lead they had yesterday, so how will they work through this one with 2 outs?
If you love Bethune-Cookman University sports, then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs. Hosted by voice of the Wildcats, Michael Torello, and featuring the expertise of Bethune-Cookman sports information staff. Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune in to 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday to catch the show live or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. It's Lily Calderon who popped out in foul territory, third base side. Her first time up, puts a swing on the first pitch and fouls it away out of play. New episode of Hail Wildcats Radio is out now. You want to wait till after the doubleheader today, go check that out. You definitely will want to hear us talk about the end of the season for tennis and golf, as well as another big win in the midweek for Bethune-Cookman baseball, as well as softball winning 7 out of 8. Lots to munch on the new Hail Wildcats Radio. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Now 0-2. Calderon popped up, foul territory, third base side, headed towards the wall, and it's caught! Ariana Reynolds strands the bases loaded, leaning against the wall behind the dugout in foul territory. The Wildcats strand 3 Bulldogs on base, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-0 Bethune-Cookman here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Bethune-Cookman looking to increase their 3-0 lead after leaving the bases loaded in the top of the fourth. Jessica Alon leads off. She's 0 for 1 with a line out to left field. One of 2 terrific plays made by Grace Cruthis out there. First pitch to Alon is a strike. BCU baseball underway against Florida A&M up in Tallahassee. Top of the first, no score. We'll keep you updated as things happen over there. Off-speed pitch outside, 1-1. Alon watches one upstairs, 2-1. A lot of work for Tatum, 63 pitches through 3 innings. Line drive foul outside of third, 2-2. Alon tried to turn her hands on that inside changeup, just a little bit too far out in front of it. Tatum's highest pitch count on the season is 112 in a 6-inning game against East Tennessee State back on the 28th of February. Gave up 4 runs on 7 hits in that contest. Popped up on the infield. And that's going to drop on the chalk. That's a fair ball. Oh, no, it's a foul ball. Wow. No one's arguing. But that, to me, looked 100% like it hit the chalk.
Well, I think either way they want Zariah to have a better hit, a better at-bat. They'll call that one fair for her, or foul for her to redo.
That one's outside, very close.
Very close, though. They're on the take with 2 strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes now to Alon. Oh, and I understand why it was a foul ball, because it was inside the first base bag and then hit fair and rolled foul. Line drive up the middle. That's a base hit by Jersey. Honestly, what she deserved after staying alive and getting a second chance.
If you're going to get another opportunity, might as well make it better than the first.
Now batting number 26, Ariana Reynolds.
Here's Reynolds, flew out to left field her first time up. Reynolds yesterday picked up an RBI on a sac fly as well as singled and scored. Again, Kalia Rooks behind the plate, coming up looking to throw. She just looks Alon back to the first base bag. One to Reynolds. Bunted, first base side. That's a really nice bunt. Off of the bag at first to cover is Calderon. Throws to Solorio as Alon goes to second on the sack bunt. Wildcats continuing to play Laura Watton softball.
Now batting number 5, Jasmine Manbo.
Lots of small ball, lots of steals, move the runners around.
They've added one every inning so far. Can the 4th be one? They add more than just one. Give themselves a little bit more of insurance. The Bulldogs did have the bases loaded in the top half of the 4th, but were all stranded on base. So they have the potential to put runners across. The Wildcats just 3 runs so far in this game.
Upstairs, 1-1 on Jasmine Manbo, who left the yard her first time up to left field, her second home run of the season, second of her career. It was the 4th inning where the Wildcats exploded yesterday for 8 runs. Ground ball, base hit, in between short and third. A great throw by Cruthis will keep Alon on third base. The Wildcats are buzzing around the base paths again.
Now batting number
Well, it's one of their cheers right
Milani
past
Mayo.
the bat. They want to keep people moving in the lineup. Manbo does that exactly there. It doesn't have to necessarily score the run over. They still have one out. But can they just get her teammates in better positions to score? And she does that just there.
We're going to have a pinch runner for Jazz.
Your attention, please. Now pinch running at first base for the Wildcats. Number 0, Micah Wesley.
Micah Wesley, who Milani Mayo, who's batting now, kind of took over her position in left field these last couple of weeks. And here's the second timeout called by Alabama A&M. Pitching coach Rebecca Hewitt out to talk to Kaylee Tatum. Michael Wesley pitch running at first base. Wildcats with runners on the corners. One down here in the bottom of the 4th. The Wildcats have had at least 2 on base in every inning, but have only scored 1 in each. And I do credit that to some nice defense by Alabama A&M. They've turned 2 double plays to get out of jams. Now here is Mayo, who on a 3-2 count, her first time up, rocketed a single to right field, eventually was caught out on the base paths in one of those double plays. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Up and out, runner goes to second. They do the throw to try and break the double steal. The Wildcats are wise to it. They tried it yesterday, Alabama A&M. It didn't work as the ball got into center field. Today, Michael Wesley goes to second, and Alon holds at third. So Mayo a chance for 2 runs here if one gets past the infield. That one's a ball just outside. Alabama A&M on the season leave 50% of opposing base runners on. Big pitch coming here. Mayo watches it low. Emma Bradley C on deck. Second and third, one out. Wildcats looking to break it open here in the 4th. Pitch to Mayo. Swing and a chopper right back to the pitcher. Tatum makes the play. Everybody stays where they are. 2 outs, and now it's up to Emma Bradley C to try and drive him in.
And that's just not obviously the at-bat that Milani Mayo was wanting there. She works the count
Number 13,
well, but she
Emma
doesn't get the
Bradley
contact
C.
on the ball that she needs right back to the pitcher and just strands her runners.
So Bradley C, of course, has been the leadoff batter all season for the Wildcats. Doesn't give you a ton of opportunities for RBI, but she has one now. Second and third, 2 outs. Only 11 RBI and 52 hits on the season for Bradley C. Strike on the outside corner. And it's a tough position to be in as a slapper because you're not going to drive the ball hard somewhere. You're just looking to poke the ball between the fielders. Right to short. Oscar Palma makes the play, and the Wildcats strand 2. Nothing on 2 hits and 2 left. And we go to the top of the 5th. 3-0 Bethune-Cookman here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Both teams leaving a ton of traffic on the base paths. The Wildcats leave 2 in scoring position in the 4th. And in the top of the 4th, Alabama A&M strands the bases loaded. First pitch, a strike to Destiny King, 8-9-1. Due up in the frame for the Bulldogs as they trail Bethune-Cookman 3-0.
If this is the inning, the Bulldogs want to come back in. It's going to be right here.
And it starts with a base hit to left for Destiny King. She was 0 for 1 with a fly out to right before that.
It's picking up right where they left off in the top half of the 4th. They're going to be disappointed in the leaving all of the bases loaded and not getting anything in. The Wildcats have been doing so well in adding runs in the 4th inning, the bottom half right there. That was the first inning they hadn't scored one in this game. The Bulldogs wanting to respond here.
9-hole hitter Kaylee Gilbert bounced out to the pitcher. First time up, she'll drop the bunt down foul outside of third. Sophia Coleman's been good so far in the circle for the Wildcats. Has avoided danger, has not given up the big hit. Squaring to bunt again, and that is going to roll foul behind the plate. Heads up play by Manbo not to touch that one.
She was waiting till the absolute last second, and I thought it was going to be a little bit too late, but she does secure it.
One away, here's Grace Cruthis. No, correction, this is still Gilbert. That was only strike 2. My apologies. And that's outside. Now with 2 strikes, Gilbert gonna swing away. Try and move King around. Inside, almost hit her. Now 2-2. Wildcat baseball is up 1-0 in the first on no hits and an error.
Just like the Wildcats here, sometimes not moving your bat is the best course of action.
Making contact is Gilbert, staying alive again in a 2-2 count. Top of the order due up next. If there's a time for the Bulldogs to make a move, it's going to be now.
And the baseball game will be paused in Tallahassee due to weather.
In the air, left field. Nice catch by Mayo. King stays put at first, 1 out.
Now batting number 2, Grace Cruthis.
Now Cruthis will bat. Singled up the middle in the first, walked in the third. Been caught out on the bases 2 times, once caught stealing, once in a double play. On the edge of the zone for strike 1. Squaring to bunt, the ball gets behind her. Actually, the umpire stepped on the ball as Jasmine Mayo was trying to reach back for it. Either way, Destiny King will get to second. Officially called a pass ball. Runner in scoring position, 1 out for the Bulldogs as that one's flared out of play. First of a doubleheader here from Daytona Beach, the last day of the 2026 softball regular season. Hopped up down the first base line, foul territory, making the catch is Tawala. 2 outs, more soft contact for the Cats to deal with.
And they're not stressed or really perturbed by the runners for the Bulldogs. They haven't affected them at all in this game. Even when the bases were loaded, it was simple outs that got them back to the plate, and they're continuing to do that here, just following up on every single ball, no matter how close it is to the fence.
Here's Mariah Solorio, first pitch swinging, driven into foul territory and up against the wall down the first baseline. Solorio 0 for 2, grounded into a double play in the first and popped out in foul territory to third base in the fourth. Mississippi Valley State has come back to tie Alabama State in the 5th inning. Again, Valley looking for their first and would be only conference win of the season, as that's the last game out there in Montgomery. Still 2-0 Texas Southern over Grambling State in a low-scoring contest, top 7. Ground ball off the glove of Alon. It squeaks through into center field. And that'll be the first run for Alabama A&M. King races home from second, and the Bulldogs are on the board. It's 3-1, an RBI single for Solorio.
And you knew that they were hunting for it.
Callie Osterman.
Some sort of run production. And for the Bulldogs, it's been hard to come by in this series so far. That one just right under the glove of Jers.
Now it's important for the Wildcats to stop the bleeding. Here's Osterman, who can tie it with one swing of the bat, but instead the terrific reflexes of Sophia Coleman in the circle as that one was hit right back towards her head to retire the side. A run on 2 hits for the Bulldogs. AAMU gets on the board, and we go to the bottom of the 5th with the Wildcats up 3-1 here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV.
Janelle Morrissey.
How will the Wildcats respond after Alabama A&M puts up their first run of the game? They trail 3-1. Janelle Morrissey from the 2 spot leads off for the Cats. Way outside, first pitch from Tatum, ball 1. Wildcats have taken 5 walks. They've stolen 5 bases. But they also have 5 hits, but only 3 runs as they've stranded 4 in the game. Change up strike. Morrissey didn't swing the bat through it. Florida A&M trying to come back on Jackson State. 3-2 Jackson State in the top of the 5th, but of course that is also in a weather delay, just like the baseball game up there in Tallahassee. And they are underway in Baton Rouge. No score, Southern and Prairie View in the top of the 1st. In the inside of the bat, foul away to the third base side on moving day in the SWAC. Final day of the regular season, a lot to play for in a lot of these contests. Then all the teams get a week off, and then they'll all head to Gulfport, Mississippi for the SWAC tournament. You can catch that on SWAC TV. Morrissey in the air to left field. Yard's going to hold that one in, and Cruthis makes another catch. One away.
Good contact there by Janelle Morrissey, just not enough power behind it to really drive it anywhere other than right at the left fielder in Cruthis, who does a good job to track it down.
4 putouts for Cruthis on the game. Been busy out there. First pitch, outside corner, strike one to Alana Cypress, 0 for 1 with a walk and a sac bunt. Stranded on third back in the first. That one a drop ball in the dirt. Long hold until the 1-1. Cypress smacks it foul. And on a team that is so young, your sophomores almost kind of become your upperclassmen.
No,
even though they've
really.
been important. And a lot of Cypress, one of the key individuals in that regard. You kind of have to become a leader on a team with so many new faces. Outside 2-2.
And there's going to be a lot asked of every single person because they're going to need everyone really to drive culture, to drive momentum and confidence and being on the same page. Normally you rely on your senior class to bring everyone else along, but like you mentioned, there's only one senior they're honoring today in Emma. And for the underclassmen, it's really Jersey Alon, Sophia Coleman, and then Alana Cypress, who are the people that are not freshmen. And so those 4, if you count Emma Bradley C, are really your upperclassmen, including the sophomores and the juniors.
And really, unless the Wildcats bring in some upper class transfers next year, you're only going to have 2 seniors next year,
right,
with Sophia Coleman and Jessica Alon. Swinging a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for either team, and it goes to Tatum. 2 outs, Cypress down on strikes. Here's Zariah Billinger. 1 for 2.
Number 8, Zariah Billinger.
A single, 2 RBIs, sac fly back in the first, and a single that scored Janelle Morrissey in the third. Billinger watches an off-speed strike. Wildcats have not been able to continue to put the pressure on in these last 2 innings. Of course, you leave 2 on base in the 4th, and now 2 up, 2 down so far in the 5th. And when they played earlier this season, none of the games were run rules. 7-3, 9-6, and 16-11. The Bulldogs kept them close all 3 games. We talked about it yesterday. Wildcats have used big innings against Alabama A&M, of course, scoring 6 yesterday. 4 in an inning, 7 in an inning when these 2 teams met before. All a strike at the knees. Or an 8 in the 6th on March 7th. They haven't really been able to find that big inning yet today where they just pass the bat back and forth and keep the line moving. Ground ball to second. Routine play for Solorio. 1, 2, 3 go the Cats. For the first time in the game, they failed to get a base runner. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Momentum with the Bulldogs as they trail by 2 here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV.
off for the Bulldogs, number 15, Josefina Lacal.
We go to the 6th. Getting late here in game 1 of this doubleheader, 3-1 Wildcats. That one chopped right back to Coleman. 1 pitch, 1 out, as Lacal is retired for the 3rd time in the game.
She will love that.
18,
Just
Paula Oscopoma.
1 pitch, simply put right back at her. And we'll throw right over to first for the first out.
Here's Paula Oscopoma, who's come into the Bulldogs lineup today and been their best player on both sides. 2 for 2. Double, single. And has made some key plays over at shortstop for the Bulldogs. That one driven deep to center field. Bradley C going back near the track, makes the catch and crashes into the wall.
Emma got a fantastic jump on it, tracked the entire way through. The ball was a line drive into the outfield, and she corralled it right before she hit the warning track.
Now batting number 10, Kaylee Tatum.
Very quick 2 outs here for the Wildcats.
And they would love a 1-2-3 inning, just throw it back at the Bulldogs, who set the Wildcats down 1-2-3 in the last half inning. Ground ball towards short, 1 pitch, backhanded, and the throw over by Morrissey. Just 5 pitches to get out of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Bulldogs. Wildcats looking for some insurance as we go to the bottom of the 6th here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV.
Check 1, 2.
Leading off for the
Queen
Wildcats,
Tawala
number 4, Queen Tawala.
leads off for Bethune-Cookman in the 6th. Would love some insurance here, so they're technically just 3 outs away from a series victory and the first of a doubleheader win on Senior Day, but a 2-run lead against the team that is top 30 in the country in runs per game doesn't seem like enough. So Queen Tawala will try and get to Kaylee Tatum for the first time since the 3rd inning. First pitch, nice breaking ball in there for a strike.
Tatum has also grown into this game. You're seeing less balls, you're seeing less walks as this game has gone on. But she has also grown into it.
She threw 61 pitches through 3 innings, and now just 34 through the next 3. The Wildcats got to get back to doing what they did best earlier in the game, which is being patient, taking walks, not swinging early in the count, allowing Kaylee Tatum to beat herself. 4 walks, 1 strikeout for Tatum. And a breaking ball that clips the zone. 2 strikes on Tawala, who is 0 for 1, lined into a double play in the 3rd, walked, and stole 2nd in the 1st, was stranded there. And strike 3. Drop ball outside corner, 2nd strikeout for Tatum. She's growing into the game.
Now batting number 43, Jessica Alon.
Really, I think that's a case you got to protect with two strikes there for Tawala.
Absolutely, and it was also the first out for the inning of the 5th as well that Tatum got the strikeout in Alana Cypress.
First pitch, a strike to Jessica Alon, 1 for 2, single little line out to left. Alon in the air, left field, tracking back, and it's off the glove of Cruthis as she was backpedaling toward the track. That's the first time that Cruthis has been challenged and she hasn't come up with the ball. So Jessica Alon will move into scoring position for the Cats with 1 out here in the 6th.
And I don't know if Cruthis
Now
just
batting,
lost that
number
ball when it
26,
came off the
Ariana
bat, but
Reynolds.
she did not get the best jump on it and tried to just throw her glove up there last second to make a play. Well struck ball by Jersey, though, deep into left field.
Error on Cruthis. Wildcats in business. Here's Ariana Reynolds. First pitch, outside strike 1. Outside corner strike 1. Reynolds 0 for 2, a fly out to left and a sac bunt. Infield in, expecting potentially a bunt here. Another strike at the knees. Home plate umpires definitely widen the strike zone here in the 6th. Now on an 0-2, Reynolds has to protect, just get the bat on the ball. Timeout called by the Wildcats and Coach Watton as a ball escaped the dugout. That might throw Tatum off a little bit. She was almost into her windup for the 0-2 pitch. Now she's got to recalibrate with Alon on second. The pitch to Reynolds. Outside, wastes one in the opposite batter's box. 1-2. Bethune-Cookman bottom 6. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Reynolds pops it up just past the infield, and it's going to drop. Solorio went out. LaCall came in. I think they both called the other off, and they both stopped, and the ball just fell right between them.
Well, there was no true communication between the two of them to really decide who was going to take that ball. And you could see it in the way that they were hesitant and fully going for it, as we'll have another pinch runner for the Wildcats. But again, it doesn't really matter how they have gotten hits. It's a matter that
number 45,
they've just continued to pass the bat back. Jersey starting it off, Reynolds continuing the play.
Leah Rojas for the second straight game will pinch run. Ended up coming around to score when she pinch ran yesterday, Rojas. And here's Jasmine Manbo, 2 for 2. The solo home run of the second, a single to left in the 4th. And now runners on the corners. And you see the defensive miscues for Alabama A&M come back to haunt them like they did yesterday, like they have done all season. You see that .932 fielding percentage for the Bulldogs. Bunted, third base side, just to try and move the runners over. The play is made by King. Rojas does advance to second, but now second and third, 2 outs, and you're trusting Mialani Mayo to get a hit to drive him in.
Number 1, Mialani Mayo.
I'm not sure I agree with the call there with Manbo swinging a hot bat to have her bunt with runners on the corners and 1 down. Now Mayo takes a pitch high, ball 1.
I don't mind it. I think the way that Mialani has been able to work counts and instill drive balls into gaps. Manbo with the hot bat, though previously a home run in this game. I could see where you're coming from.
Mayo 1 for 2, single to right in the second on a 3-2 count, then grounded out right back to the pitcher in the 4th. That was with second and third, so she's been up in this situation before. Right call, outside corner, 1-1 on Mayo. A freshman from Riverside, California. John North High School, Mialani Mayo. Only 7 ribbies on the season for Mayo. Would love some more right here. Ground ball towards second. High bouncer Solorio makes the play, and the Wildcats strand more. The Wildcats have stranded 6 in the game. They lead at 3-1 with 3 outs to get as we go to the 7th here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. We go to the 7th, and the Bulldogs will pinch hit Hannah Wyrowski instead of Lily Calderon, who's 0 for 2. Wyrowski started yesterday, was 1 for 2, a single, a double play, and a fielder's choice. Ended up being stranded 60 feet away on the run that would have extended the game in the 5th inning yesterday. 3-1 lead for the Wildcats here in the 7th. Coleman misses outside. Says my bad to Manbo behind the plate. Wyrowski, a .245 hitter on the year. Strike call, 2 strikes.
Beautiful rise ball pitch there by Coleman. She hasn't had a ton of swing and misses today by the Bulldogs hitters, but that one was a clear rise ball, beautiful pitch.
8 runs, 12 hits for Wyrowski and 49 ABs. Upstairs, 2-2.
Same pitch, just a little bit more patience at the plate. It's a ball.
Wildcats looking to take the series and secure at minimum a number 3 seed out of the East in the SWAC tournament. Fly ball foul territory over towards the wall. That will hit the top of the wall and go foul. So Wyrowski stays alive. Freshman from Glendale, California, Wyrowski. Listed on the roster as a catcher, played first base yesterday. Looks like she's got some dirt in her eye.
I've been there.
Yep.
Especially if you wear contacts. Oof. Not a good combo.
Softly off the inside of the bat, fouled away third base side. And we will play on in this 2-2 count to Wyrowski off the bench. Sophia Coleman looking for the complete game. 67 pitches at the start of the inning. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Full count. Rise ball over the head of Manbo. I thought I saw AAMU warming up, but she has sat down. This is Coleman's game.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to let her ride this game out. She's pitched phenomenal for the Wildcats here.
Challenged Wyrowski, hits it to right on a line, and Cypress is there to squeeze it. Had to bend down and grab that one knee high. 1 away after a battle.
Batting number 12, Destiny King.
One down in the 7th. Here's Destiny King. Has scored the only run of the game for the Bulldogs. That was back in the 5th where she singled left, came around on the single by Solorio. First pitch, strike one, outside corner on a fastball. King also has flied out to right in the contest. That's a ball for King. Fly ball right center field. That's a long run, but a successful one for Alana Cypress. She gets there again, 2 outs.
Alana Cypress hasn't been called on too many times today defensively, but both of these times she's been peppered and comes away with the grabs.
Her only 2 putouts of the game are the last 2 outs. Sometimes the ball will find you when you least expect it.
Exactly.
Always got to stay ready. We'll have another pinch hitter for Alabama A&M. Kaylee Gilbert will be retired.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Bulldogs, number 30, Cara Berman.
Cara Berman, who played yesterday, was 1 for 1. Got on base all 3 times. Single fielder's choice, walk and a run scored for Berman. First pitch, strike one. Fastball out of black. I think Coleman needs to go back to that pitch because even if they make contact, it's not going to be very hard contact on the outside corner like that. Berman, one of the better hitters on this team, 339 her average. Upstairs, 1-1. Wildcats 1 out away from taking the series and setting themselves up for a sweep in game 2 of the doubleheader. Pitch. Berman watches another one on the black. First strike 2, 1 strike away.
Painted that outside corner right on the edge is Sophia Coleman. I hope she goes for that rise ball swing and miss to close this one out.
Someone call CertaPro because Coleman is painting tonight. Here's the pitch. Check swing upstairs. No go, says the first base umpire. That's the right call.
She does go for it, but great patience at the plate. To just hold the bat back.
2-2. I'd like to see that outside fastball again. Bulldogs down to their last strike. Here's the pitch from Coleman. Popped up on the infield. Right in front of second base. Morrissey squeezes it. And this one belongs to the maroon and gold.
That's the end of game 1. The final score, Bethune-Cookman 3,
a game completely
Alabama
unlike
A&M
the
1.
game we had yesterday.
Game 2 of the doubleheader will begin in
13
approximately
runs for the
30
Wildcats.
minutes.
They win this one in a defensive struggle, 3-1. As both defenses played very well and backed up their pitchers in this one. Only 1 error in the game today combined between the 2 teams.
Yeah, very clean defensively and honestly offensively too. It was a very quick and clean match between these 2 sides. Very different contest, like you mentioned, from game 1 yesterday, where it was just bat after hit and run continuing to score for the Wildcats. This one, they scored in the first 3 innings and then were shut out the rest of the time. But nothing that Alabama A&M could really do at the plate mustered any sort of momentum for them to really come back in this game, only having 1 run in that 5th inning and nothing after that.
Final line score of this one, Bethune-Cookman, 3 runs, 6 hits, committed no errors, left 6 on base. All 6 of the runners the Wildcats left on base were in scoring position, something they got to clean up if they want to sweep here in game 2. And again, something that Coach Watten's going to have to reiterate to them in the circle between these 2 games. For Alabama A&M, 1 run, 6 hits, committed 1 error, and stranded 5, including leaving the bases loaded back in the 4th. We're going to get out of your way. The winning pitcher, Sophia Coleman. Kaylee Tatum takes the loss. We're going to get out of your way. Game 3 coming up next here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Stay with us.